Hey, metal stackers, what's going on? The markets are going absolutely crazy, not just the stock market, but we're talking about gold and silver. But let's talk about ROI, right? Return on investment. What you would have if you invested $10,000 from 20 years ago to today's date. Stick around. Holy crap, the market is just getting hit today. The Dow lost over 1,500 points yesterday, and today it's well over 1,000 points. Now, let's talk about gold and silver. Actually, before I talk about gold and silver, let me quickly recap on the inflation numbers. So, we got those February numbers. We're down to 2.8%. And people are already taking a victory lap as if this is heading down to 2%. In fact, we're way, way, way off the Fed's target. Recently, Powell mentioned, given today's inflation, or I should say stubborn inflation rate, we may not even see a 2% target until late 2027. That is just absolutely nuts. And I mentioned this before. 2.8% is still way off the Fed's target. And people are taking that victory lap when they don't realize they still have, I don't know, maybe a few more laps to go. So let's quickly talk about gold and silver. Holy crap. I think gold and silver is just taking an absolute beating. At one point, gold was as high as $31.70. That pretty close to that $3,200 mark. And then right now, we're looking at $3,029. I mean, that is just a huge hit in my opinion. And if you recall my previous video, we're going to see those dips. Well, guess what? It's happening now. And I talked about backing up the truck. So you guys need to take advantage of these prices, these dips, I should say, right? And silver, we're looking at silver at one point was close to $35. This is probably the most frustrating metal, not just for me, but I'm sure for you guys too. But it's just absolutely dragging its feet. Again, silver was close to $35 an ounce. Right now, it's under $30. In fact, it's $29.86. That is a huge dip. And again, take advantage of those dips, guys. I cannot stress enough. And I honestly believe $30 for silver is the floor, and that's the support level. And as for gold, I think the 3,000 is the support floor. And I really doubt we're going to see lower than 3,000, but hey, what do I know? I don't have a crystal ball, but I did in fact mention we were going to see some major dips, and it's happening now. So take advantage of those prices. All right, return on investment, ROI. Let's go back in time, 20 years ago. I believe, let's see, if you opened up a CD or money market account at, I think the rates at that time was between 3 and 5%, but let's just go with the high number. Let's go with 5%. If you had $10,000 and opened up a CD or money market account at a 5% rate, fast forward to today, you would have about $26,000, plus or minus. Now, some people say, hey, that's a great return. So I just increase my cash. Hear me out. Hear me out. That same $10,000 20 years ago would buy you a 1 kilo gold bar. If you held on to that kilo gold bar to today, that would give you a total of $100,000 plus or minus. That to me proves that gold is the best wealth preservation, not to mention the best ROI, return on investment. It has preserved your cash. And given the way things are now, I mean, a dozen of eggs is close to $9. In some places, a lot more than that. And I told my mother once that don't be surprised if eggs are 12 bucks a dozen, right? Think about that, $1 an egg. And we're not that far off, guys. But getting back to my point, that just goes to show you $10,000 in cash gets you nothing, absolutely nothing in 20 years. Whereas a gold kilo bar, that not only held its value, it increased its value. And the return on that is substantial, a lot more than cash itself. And that is a fact, guys. Crunch up the numbers. Look at how much a kilo gold bar was 20 years ago. It is insane. I actually had a customer about 2 years ago. He was hesitant on purchasing kilo bars. And at that time, 2 years ago, it was about $45,000. And I get it. Not everyone has that kind of money. Some people do. And I was the first to tell him, if you think 45,000 is expensive for a kilo bar, wait in a few years' time. I think we're going to see 100K plus. And we're already there. Just look it up. All right, I got to wrap this up because I'm getting hit with text messages and calls here at the office. It's a pretty busy and crazy day for me. But I just wanted to quickly create this video and give you guys a sense of what $10,000 would give you in cash, in a CD account or money market versus $10,000 in gold, right? The choice is clear as day, clear as water. Gold preserves your value, preserves your wealth. It increases in time, right? It retains its value. It is just absolutely imperative that we take advantage of these dips. And again, I predicted these numbers. I predicted these low numbers would happen. I mentioned back up the truck in my last video. Here we are. We're looking at those low numbers, and it's not going to stick around too long. So definitely take advantage. But, just real quickly, if you think gold is expensive now at 3,029 plus or minus, if you think 3,000, let's just say 3,000, if you think that's expensive, wait in a few years' time. In fact, I am speculating that we will see 3,500 an ounce before the end of 2025, maybe even a little bit higher, the way things are going in the world and in our country as well. But take advantage. And as for silver, I know it's frustrating. It's certainly frustrating for me because I am waiting for this guy to just absolutely, just take off. I mean, it's definitely dragging its feet, like I mentioned earlier. I'm hoping to see $38, $40 an ounce silver by this year. But who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. But I know silver will have its day and it will shine. And it might outshine gold. So we don't know. But I think it will. I honestly believe it will have its day. But lastly, guys, another great way to preserve your money, look at Alpine's gold leasing program. Look at Alpine's gold IRA program. Got the QR codes here. You can scan it, open up a free UPMA account. It is just absolutely imperative that you take control of your future. Preserve your wealth, guys. It is just absolutely imperative. And I'll leave some links below if you can't scan these QR codes. Guys, as always, you gotta take care of your health. Yes, preserve your wealth. But most importantly, keep rocking, keep stacking. Thanks, guys.